I'll be okay without the glasses. Yeah, we're just gonna do a little bit of reading. I am good, thanks. How are you? Jamie? Have a good breakfast?
Yeah.
Making sure those are all off?
I'm making sure, yeah.
Thank you. He was checking to make sure the stove knobs were off. Someone probably mentioned it lately. That's interesting. Very sickening to a lot of people that have been on board. What do they call it? What is it? Oh, the good ship lollipop. Yeah, okay. Right. Cheers. Cheers. As I poke myself. We are reading Comfort My People. We started a full read on that this morning. Yes, it is Sunday, February 8th, 11:41 anti-meridian time. Oh, I almost did a random. Here we are. Page 1. The Dissolution of Glacial Culture. We're drinking a Celsius. It's the strawberry coconut. Strawberry coconut. Really, 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 really good. One of our favorites. They have a caffeine-free one. I get the lemon lime and the caffeine-free one and the strawberry coconut. Walmart, $11. You get the packets. I'll show you the individual packets. Hold on one moment. Yeah, because it is pricey. I agree. If you buy it in the cans, I haven't gotten it in the cans. You just wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
sleep
need
good.
some water.
Should be filled up in the fridge. If it's not, you fill it up. You throat feeling better? Well, it really was. It was just a little scratchy, yeah.
Yeah, it's just that, like, it would be really sore in the morning. Like, Friday was really bad.
Better now, though?
Yeah,
Yes.
like...
We can do more slushies today if you want. Strawberry slushies. That agave is good for your throat.
That was very good, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, like, Friday, when I woke up on Friday, it was, like, pretty damn bad. Same thing on Saturday. When I woke up on Saturday, it was also, like, my throat was just, like, really, really sore. Like, it would get like that in the morning and then slowly get better throughout the day.
Like, just a kind of a painful...
Yeah. But it was fine. It wasn't really bugging me too much.
Doing way better now, though. That's good. Glad it didn't get worse than that.
Yeah, no, I woke up this morning and it wasn't nearly as bad. Like, it was just a little coughing and I was fine.
Nice. Yeah, so that agave, the sweetener, and the slushies,
Yeah.
it's effective for soothing remedy for throat irritation and cough due to its viscous, V-I-S-C-O-U-S, I think it's viscous, due to its viscous, syrup-like consistency. It coats the throat and reduces irritation. Nice. Anti-inflammatory properties. So that's another reason it helps soothe irritation.
Am I hearing classical music?
Yeah, it's coming from my computer.
Oh.
Good ear. Yeah, it's actually the agave and the slushies, the agave we put in it.
Yeah.
It's a cough suppression. Studies have indicated that it's effective for that too. Soothes irritation and anti-inflammatory properties. Not to overkill that, but
Yeah.
it's kind of nice to know you can have a nice, sweet slushy and be getting all those nice medicinal benefits. I've noticed too with that agave, it's different. Like you don't get like a sugar crash, like with the really those high fructose corn syrups. Or like
Oh
the
yeah,
real
like there's obviously gonna be like the highly processed stuff that's a little more, it gives you a bit of a crash.
Exactly.
Well,
You
and
get
I
the
mean,
crash,
I think you really only get that crash if you eat too much of it. Like if you don't eat that much, you'll be fine. Like you won't really crash.
Right. Exactly. That's when you have too much, then you get the sugar high.
Yeah,
and
you get
then
the
crash.
sugar. They call it sugar rush, and then you crash.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes I eat probably more sugar, but it's natural. I eat more than I should sometimes, and it can make me a little hyper, or feel hyperactive for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I could definitely tell I maybe ate too much sugar.
Well, I'm hungry, so.
Want some Jimmy Dean's? Or can do, let's see.
Oh, what do we got?
Let's think of something that I haven't brought up. We have regular waffles, can do, I was gonna suggest eggs, but we're out of eggs. That's what I was gonna say, scrambled eggs or
Let's just
pancakes,
do,
but do waffles.
Pizza. Let's do some pizza.
Pizza for breakfast?
Sure.
Like we haven't done it before?
Yeah.
Alright, do pizza. The deep dish or the regular one? We have those deep dish ones.
I think it's fine.
The regular one? Alright. Am I using classical music? Oh no, he went to his room, he's playing probably Roblox or something. This one is the lemon lime, no caffeine. Yeah, I like this one. Supports hydration, no aspartame, no artificial colors. No fat, 15 calories. I'll show you the vitamin content on there. These are great. $11.95 at Walmart. You get 14 of these per box. Right, when you think the Celsius, they charge more than $1 a piece if you buy them by the can. So you get 14 of these pouches for 11 something. And I only use half a pouch. This, for this size glass, is 1/4 of a pouch. That's a strawberry coconut. This one does have some caffeine in it. As you can see, it is a little different. I like this one too because it has the 300 of the biotin. Yeah, that makes it worth it in and of itself. It's really good. Strawberry coconut, so yummy. Alright. Page 1. The dissolution of clerical culture. Good. Alright, I see it, thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Hold on. The world is trying to tell us something. It does this in a confused mixture of styles, sometimes through the echoless silence of its alienation, and at other times in the furious multicolored whirlwind of its wars and entertainments. Behind all of this, man is a hunter, a stalker himself, seeking his own meaning in a trembling universe. The world is saying that it seeks something of lasting value, something that will help it to find itself and give it truth by which it can live genuinely. Men are saying, whether they recognize it or not, that they need the words of eternal life spoken by a church that genuinely understands them and their longing for life to the full. Gregory Baum has pointed out that in the documents of Vatican II, the term church has several meanings. It can refer to the church as the Roman Catholic Church, composed of those who explicitly acknowledge the hierarchical ministry and celebrate the seven sacramental actions of Christ. It can also refer to the local congregation, to Christ in the presence of those who stand around the altar together. Beyond these, church also designates the community of all the baptized, and also the Church Universal as it pertains to all mankind, summoned. Oh, I'm reading the introduction again. Hold on, sorry about that. They're laughing at me. You were waiting for me to notice. I know, I almost pretty much read the whole first page. All right, page 1, the dissolution of clerical culture. Has this tenuous moment in salvation history, any discussion of pastoral psychology must begin with those persons who are called by the Holy Spirit to serve the people of God as pastors. The ministers of the church are caught in the great rolling wave of renewal and are being washed ashore on new and uncharted shorelines. Everywhere priests are bobbing about in the tides, looking for friendly lights and saving rescue lines. Feeling washed overboard from their secure stations on the ship of Peter, some wonder if they were ever meant to be seamen in the first place. They cannot walk the waters, and Christ does not calm the storm for them. They are swimming, some for the first time, unassisted, and this is a good thing. It is healthy because they are struggling against forces that had not previously challenged them. The questions that fill their minds as they slog ashore range from, how did I get into this life? To, how do I get out of it? The priests of the church wonder about their identity and function, and the answers do not come easily. The important point is that they are actively struggling with these basic problems, and that they are tapping unsuspected strengths of their own in the process. As long as this is true, they are not quite as lost as they may seem in this unfamiliar and uncomforting new environment. The present crisis for priests finds them unsure of themselves, but they are at least vitally engaged in trying to understand their identity and their work of ministry. They have been forced to look into themselves and at the style of their life. This is not unlike the experience of the Protestant ministry earlier in this century. It is, of course, an extremely threatening experience because shorn, S-H-O-R-N, because shorn of formally clearly defined functions, they must dig into their own personal resources to respond to the situation. They can no longer depend on an organizational structure of Catholicism to tell them exactly who they are and what they are expected to do in the service of the organization. Their own persons are exposed as they never have been before, and while this is distinctly uncomfortable, it is also exhilarating. Much of what is happening to them is not well understood. Like parachuting, right? Whee! Ah! They tend, in fact, to think that the epic transformation of the church means the disintegration of the priesthood itself. Thus, there are those who question the very existence of non-episcopal priesthood. Could not a layperson do what I do? In many cases, maybe do it better. Is it hauntingly familiar? Current question. Could not a layperson do what I do, and in many cases do it better? Is a hauntingly familiar current question. Others respond by trying to reaffirm or reinforce a former structure of priestly life. When will things get back to normal? They ask, and the answer, of course, is never. What is occurring is not, in my opinion, the disintegration of the priesthood as much as the disintegration of a form of clerical culture which had been dangerously over-identified with the priesthood itself. You can't unsee it. When will it be a baby again? The answer is never. This requires explanation. In the United States, a whole pattern of priestly life is being reorganized. This is an extremely confusing phenomenon, especially for those who are experiencing it, but not a disastrous one. It was, in fact, predictable and is, in essence, hopeful. The lifestyle for priests in America developed along with Catholicism, and it is being transformed as American Catholicism is transformed. The traditions of priestly life in the New World have always placed the priest in an important and at times dominant relationship with his people. He was a leader, a shepherd to an underprivileged flock, anxious to maintain and protect its faith in a newfound land. The priest was, for a long time, the best educated person in the Christian community, the majority of whose members were just getting a handhold of the lowest rung of the social and economic ladders. The priest was a figure of authority to whom people accustomed the priest was a figure of authority to whom peoples accustomed to European authoritarian environments, both instinctively and necessarily, turned for guidance and support. Indeed, American priests fought many battles for the basic civil rights of their people. Long before Selma, they doggedly marched and protested for the dignity of their struggling immigrant flocks. Beyond that, they interacted with them in a whole range of needs, from settling strikes to helping them fill out their citizenship papers. It is a rich tradition. The American priest and the American Catholic people, a relationship far closer than that of priest and people in Europe. Yeah, that's why a lot of Catholic charities and organizations are heavily involved with immigration and things like that. Low income, adaptations, sure. Some say underprivileged. That term became unpopular long ago. Subsidiary. Yeah. The early American priest won the respect that was given to him. The hats that are tipped to us today are a salute to these long dead clergymen. The priest enjoyed prestige and power in the rather closed Catholic ethnic communities that constituted the patchwork entity of the American Church. The Catholic family could give a son or daughter to the Church, and the Catholic family that could give a son or daughter to the Church enjoyed a satisfying mixture of pride and achievement. The son and daughter so given generally improved their status as they moved into the pleasantly sorry, I'm trying to say it properly. Into the pleasantly warm limelight of Catholic approval and admiration. That was a tough sentence for me to say. The son and daughter so given generally improved their status as they moved into the pleasantly warm limelight of Catholic approval and admiration. The Catholic culture was somewhat self-contained within the American landscape, and it gladly gave reverence and privilege to its highly prized clerical sons and religious daughters. This closed quality of Catholic world in the United States may seem, from our perspective, to have placed the clergy on a pedestal with a disdain for reality known only by dreamy idealists. In any case, the end result was the emergence of the priesthood as a profession of great influence and dignity. Priests were respected for their sacrifice and their service, as this presented an admirable vocational ideal which provide highly attractive to qualified young men. Exactly. So we have people in class recognizing how this profession is all throughout our systems, being a teacher, a counselor, a listener. Mr. Speaker. Yeah, exactly. They also found one of the few avenues of higher education and cultural development then available to Catholics. They also, whether they were motivated by it or not, entered a system that offered security, if not affluence, and the warm affection of the Catholic people. The insular nature of the Catholic presence in America developed a structure which understandably produced a healthy supply of vocations. The priests arose from the Catholic culture that acclaimed them and went back to it to provide attractive models of the priestly life for other young men to follow. The life of the priest, like his training, tended to reinforce his separate and chosen character. He was removed from the world as an uncut diamond from the encrusting earth, underwent a careful course of preparation and polishing, and at last was reinserted in the splendid new setting of clerical life. The development of a priestly class was an inevitable occurrence. The priest was expected to be apart from the Catholic people in many ways. He was unmarried, he was presumed to be a model of holiness, and he was properly of the class that seemed in some way or other to have propriety rights to the Roman Catholic Church. There are relics of the separated clerical life still extant. The priesthood is referred to as a league. The defecting priest identified as one who has jumped the league. The 40-hour celebrations once appropriated gatherings for priests who could see each other but seldom are splendid. The 40 hours celebrations once appropriate gatherings for priests who could see each other but seldom are splendid social affairs whose high spirits would be destroyed by the presence of anyone who didn't wear a Roman collar. I had to stick the pizza in the oven. priest was advised to make his friends with his brother. Yes. Okay. We made the regular one and the deep dish. I'm gonna bring him in a buffet of pizza. Roman collar. Blah, blah. A priest was advised to make his friends with his brother's priest and to maintain a certain distance or even aloofness from the laity. Great emphasis was put on such things as class, loyalty, so that all the members of the same ordination group looked especially to one another for friendship and support. Vacations and other recreations were taken together, and all this was considered appropriate and healthy. The clergy needed this kind of support, especially in the less Catholic areas of the country. It is even understandable in what would be the less Catholic areas of the country. That would be a good class to do. And we do that sometimes in different, the collapsing timelines and stuff like that. It's very interesting. It puts things into perspective, most definitely, as far as the human experience or existence goes. Yeah. It is even understandable in the great metropolitan centers where the Catholic enterprise flourished. There was, after all, a general feeling that the priest was an available and adaptable man, ready to grab his bags and shift from parish to parish in resolute obedience. This was part of the reason that he was so admired. If these changes were a natural part of his clerical life, he did need a supportive set of social relationships that transcended parish boundaries and outlasted tours of duty and various rectories. These he found in large measure with his brother priest or with his family, but his family, despite the durability of many Irish and German mothers, gradually changed as the priest grew older. He needed some sense of identity with his comrades, and this was achieved within the ranks of the priesthood itself. Yes, Irish and German roots are very strong with a lot of the Catholic communities. Where I grew up, I was an Irish church, St. Denis. Amazing history. I believe it's the oldest church in New England, or one of the oldest. St. Denis out in Whitefield. Yes. He needed some sense of identity with his comrades, and this was achieved within the ranks of the priesthood itself. Indeed, camadre, excuse me. What did I say? Camaradic? Indeed, camadre priests has a great characteristics of clerical gatherings even to this day. Am I saying that right? Camaraderie? Camaradee. What I am saying is that for a whole series of reasons, a well-knit clerical culture developed within American Catholicism. It was rewarded by the respect of this larger context, even as it was supported by it financially. The priesthood took on many aspects of a caste life, C-A-S-T-E, of a caste, would it be caste or caste, of a caste life, and reinforced itself in this position through the nature of seminary training and the conditions of rectory life. It's like boxed in, encased. So C-A-S-T-A. The well-behaved cleric belonged to a fraternity of priests and was comfortable among them. He received much personal support in this inner world and moved away from it at his own peril. The tightness, it is 12:11. You're welcome. The tightness of the Catholic and clerical worlds explains the traditional overreaction to any young man who left either the seminary or the priesthood. This ex-seminarian had sinned against tribal unity and was eyed ever afterwards somewhat suspiciously as a spoiled priest, forbidden often by explicit rule to write or to visit the seminary he had left. The priest who left the priesthood had let the team down and was a failure, a defector to some undefinable other world. Don't want to get kicked out of that club, huh? Can grant you and defund you. I'm just kidding. What? Why? What did I say? Skew. Skew. Yeah, you got it. That's funny. Oh wow, too hilarious. I'm just gonna try to finish reading this section here. Yes, we're going to that class soon. I know. That's why they're like, what time is it? We had a scheduled class for 12:10. I know. So I'm gonna finish this part. I got pizza in the oven. Okay, so we might not finish this whole first chapter. We'll read till the pizza's done. How about that? This goes to page 17, and we're on page 6. Page 7. Alright. The priest who left the priesthood had let the team down, was a failure, a defector to some undefinable other world. These examples illustrate the psychological reaction of the group he had left behind. I'm sailing! I'm so sorry. So strong were the bonds of loyalty and unity. Oh man, I'll make it through these next few paragraphs, okay? Gosh darn it. These examples illustrate the psychological reaction. Do you hear that buzzing? He's just playing a game. He's on the computer. I know, like, talk about timing. He's playing a game. He goes, let's go find people to kill. You need a sip of water. Well, actually, I don't need one at the moment, but... You know, how about we just wrap up reading class for now? These examples illustrate the psychological reaction of the group he had left behind. So strong were the bonds of loyalty and unity that anyone who violated them invited a vocabulary of invective to describe his action. Invited a vocabulary of invective to describe his action. We definitely have to put invective on the crossword. I know, it's those things that kind of makes you want to laugh and cry at the same time. We opt for laughing usually. Sometimes we let out a good cry. It just happens. Sometimes we're laughing and crying at the same time, yeah. There was a course There was, of course, a great deal that was healthy and strong in this Catholic culture. For centuries, even those traditionally Catholic have seen the working class remain so loyal and generous to the faith. Few clergies can be as justifiably proud of their zeal and accomplishments as the American. A trust in the system. A lot of people reiterate to that when speaking upon those kind of aspects. I trust in the system. A weekly gathering, checking in, buddy system, law and order. You see something, say something, protect each other. Yeah, that kind of thing. Teaching. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Some of the most important there on the list. I think, yeah, there are a few, like, essential, right, Watson? Yeah. There was, of course, a great deal that was healthy and strong in this Catholic culture. Few countries, even those traditionally Catholic, have seen the working class remain so loyal and generous to the faith. Few clergies can be as justifiably proud of their zeal and accomplishments as the Americans. Right, so you can see a lot of the conflict over the years with those who kind of believe the silly ghost aspects. And how that kind of, I wouldn't say got taken over in some realms, but many to respect the beliefs of certain places. You can see that those loops and groups, Bible Belt places where those beliefs are heavily embedded, like Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster, drug trafficking, people, migration. I mean, you could say, why go drug trafficking with it? Because it's migration lines, right? And along those migration lines, stuff comes along with it. You got seeds in your pocket? I got 16 shillings. You want to buy some crack? You got peyote? So you must come from those lines. What do you have? Oh, the cocoa plant. The cocoa plant comes from. Right, so these things are really easy to understand. So when we see people in our systems that kind of use those misunderstandings as some kind of political ploy to get people out in the street or fighting in their homes, it's really sad to us. It's very sad to us. It really hits the roots of a lot of the things. People try to say just stick to the handfuls of those basic concerns within our systems, so to speak. And it's so interesting too, you start getting into vaccines and the history of medicine and the needle and medieval stuff, and right, the kind of same thing, migration lines and understanding the history of medicine, and yeah, it's pretty freaky. Defibrillators and injections, extractions, cycles, understanding the cycles and correlating that to emotions, times of day. You know, the gravitational pull just feels extra strong sometimes. And there's a systematic play that can take place sometimes. Here, take this. No, it's okay, I don't want to take that. They don't want to conform. You know, it's okay, it's not, I wasn't really complaining about it. You know, actually these symptoms are bothering me, give me that, what do you got? You know, I'm actually totally okay with it, I'm just going to enjoy the ride. Right now, if the behavior, like, oh my God, I don't know what's happening to me, I'm hearing voices, the God telling me to do something, put the knife down, you know what, can we get them over there? That is not safe. You want to explain to them the basics, or that goes against your beliefs? Blasphemy? Oh, the basics are blasphemy to you? Yeah, cut out your fucking tongue. You shut the fuck up. Right? I mean, can go any direction with it, really. I'm so sorry. There was, of course, a great deal that was healthy and strong in this Catholic culture. What's that? Someone said they finally get it. Get what? You're welcome. Thank you. Oh, thank you. What did I say? Awesome. Cool. Few countries, even those traditionally Catholic, have seen the working class remain so loyal and generous to the faith. Few clergies can be as justifiably proud of their zeal and accomplishments as the American. The unfortunate but understandable excesses of clericism diminish but do not destroy this tradition. Clericism, clericalism, that's a hard word to say. You say it. Clericalism? Yeah, sure, whatever. Clericalism, is that how you say it? Yeah, so it's easy now. Clericalism, I'm still not saying it right. Anyways, clericalism, at its worst, was and is the unthinking capitalization on the positions of trust and privilege accordance to priests. It is the irresponsible attitude that enables some priests and bishops to think of the church as their own possession and to assume embarrassingly defensive postures in relationship to the laity as though the latter were Mohammedan hordes bent on the sack of Christendom. We're gonna, pause on that note and go check the pizza. 1223, 1223. Yes, awesome. We are probably going to make quinoa again. The quinoa we made yesterday, we just kept it simple with quinoa, the miso broth, and peas and carrots. What else? Salt, pepper, a little bit of garlic. It was really good. Oh yes, I want to do a quick topic. Got our big encyclopedia. I want to roll the dice. Do a random page. Cane and kangaroo. Kanawha River. Kanawah. Let's look that up. Kanawah. Ooh, we got pictures and everything. It's in West Virginia. It's a tributary of the Ohio River, approximately 97 miles long. U.S. state of West Virginia. It's the largest inland waterway there, I guess. Alright. Oh, it's known for its extensive deposits of salt brines, from which chlorine, bromine, calcium, magnesium, and potash have been extracted. There also are natural gas and oil wells, in addition to Charleston. Other major towns along the river include South Charleston, Belly, Nitro, and Dunbar. Cool. Candy, you can spell it with a K or a C, in Ceylon. It's one of the chief towns on the island, situated near the center, 72 miles northeast of Colombo. Candy is a uniquely beautiful, the most charming little town in the world. Huh. That's how travelers describe it. It's situated in a valley surrounded by hills, has an artificial lake, Buddhist and Hindu temples. It's called Candy in Ceylon, has a pavilion. We have, let's see, Adolf Hermann Heinrich Kampsausschen was a German theologian born September 1829. He was an active member of the Theological Commission for the revision of Luther's translation of the Old Testament. His publications include, we got some for class here, Das Lied Moses, 1862, Die Hagiographen des Alten Bundes nach den Überlieferten Grundtexten Übersetzung, 1868, Das Buch Daniel, DAS space BUCH space Daniel, 1893, Das Verhaltenis des Manuskriptführers, zur Irreligion Religion, 1896. I'll do that one. He also edited Daniel, 1896, for Hopp's Polychrome Bible. HAUPTS, Hopp's Polychrome Bible. All right, we've got some good ones for class in kangaroo. All right, we'll do those for class. I can see the picture I'm drawing already. It's probably going to be a kangaroo rowing up a river. Licking some salt, yeah, probably. We're going to make a coffee. All right, thank you. You're welcome.